Coach, the team went from shooting 38.2% from the field in the first half to shooting 60% in the second. What adjustments were made at halftime and what worked for the offense in the second half?
It's actually a really good question. So from an offensive standpoint, we did really at halftime focus on a couple of things. One is Hartford does a great job of helping. So when we would drive, that we would have a lot of people that would come to help. And so, okay, we're good at jump stopping and kicking out, but sometimes on that kick out, we were either stopping or forcing it a little bit instead of they were recovering to the first kick out, but then there was at least one more pass to a much more open shooter or a more vulnerable defender closing out from even farther away. And so what you find if you watch a film, which I did last night, is in the second half, our ball movement, you saw drive, kick, one more pass, stay on attack. There was a couple possessions where the ball actually whipped all the way around the perimeter, 3 or 4 people touched it, and that kind of ball movement is really what we define ourselves, and I think our team is growing into that. I know when I worked here with Coach Inglis, that was exactly what Boston College basketball was known for. Our teams at Denver did that very well, and I see this team starting to really gain that personality. So I was proud of him in the second half.
Katie and Kristen both led the team with 13 points. How important is their play and leadership for the rest of the team?
Yeah, well, Kristen has, in the last few games, settled into knowing that she doesn't have to score every point for us, that she doesn't have to take as many difficult shots. She's such a good passer, and she's attacking the rim better, getting herself to the foul line. And so that's been happening for a few games, and her shooting percentage consequently is going up. And Katie Zenovich, we made a concerted effort over the last week going into the Wisconsin game, coming out of Cancun, to have her be more of a presence. And it's two-sided. When you have a post player who's not getting the ball in the paint, she stops looking for it as much. And when she stops looking for it as much, then the perimeter players stop throwing it as much. And so we really, really worked on her especially, but also Alexa Coulombe and Victoria Lesko, running in transition, getting to the rim, pinning their back check, demanding the basketball, and even whether we force it into them or not, having a presence that we can fake into and then hit our other good perimeter players. And Katie, I mean, what's great about coaching a kid like Katie Zenovich is that you tell her this is what I need you to do, and that is exactly what you were going to get 100% effort on doing. I thought she was great at Wisconsin. Last night she didn't finish as well on some of her shots, but she was that presence for us. We were able to have that inside presence and made a big difference for the whole team.
Next up is Boston University on Wednesday. Can you talk a little bit about the matchup and your preparations?
Yeah, I mean, BU beat us last year. They're well coached. Kelly Greenberg's a very, very good coach who's built that program into a perennial winner. They will not be looking at us like a team that, I wonder if we can play with Boston College. They've beaten BC the last 2 years in a row. They play with an attitude, and they're good. So they've got a nice inside game, and they shoot the ball well. And so it's going to be one of those games where our ability to congest the paint on their post players, get out and contest their shooters is going to challenge us. And then from a defensive standpoint, they always make good adjustments. The game where we played last year was a big chess match where we would adjust, they would adjust, we would adjust, they would adjust. And they ended up on top last year. But I will say that was our first game last year. We've come a long way since then. So we're really looking forward to getting back on the court and getting a chance to compete with them.
Great. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just excited for BU. I hope everybody comes out, and should be a great atmosphere in Conti Forum on Wednesday.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.